What's going on, everybody? Chris Beard here. Welcome to day 76 of the 365 days to understand motivation. And today we're going to be talking about suffering is part of the stairs to success. I heard recently in this video I was checking out, I can't remember the exact name of the guy that was doing the talk, but his name was, I think it was David. His last name started with a G. But he was talking about this guy has literally gone through some of the most extensive training in the world. He's done races where it's like 120 miles straight runs. He's gone through hell weeks in the military. He was a Navy SEAL. And he's just talking about all these different things and how suffering is just part of living. And if you can go through suffering, if you can go through pain, if you can go through the agonizing, horrible feelings of just living and trying to be successful, then you can make it. And this is a guy talking from, he had started a really horrible background, and I totally agree with him. As being a martial artist myself, there have been some times when I went through some really miserable times as a martial artist. Not to say I hated what I was doing, but when you become a martial artist, you have to start shaping and changing your body. You have to start working on yourself even more. You have to just really be okay with getting hurt a lot. And no one's ever okay with getting hurt. And that was probably the hardest thing for me when I was working on developing my martial arts, which I was never really okay with suffering. And whenever you're growing and you're improving, you gotta be okay with going through some pain to grow, because if you don't go through some pain, if you're not willing to push yourself as far as you can go, then you'll never really grow as far as you think you can. And real growth is whenever you accept the pain, you tolerate it, and you push through it. And it's just so true. When I heard David saying that today, it just resonated with me so much. I mean, his level of pain is nowhere near close to what I go through. I mean, his pain was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times worse than what I've ever gone through. But it's just so true, because I can think of times in class, in being in martial arts kung fu class, and it would just be rough. And we'd be doing exercises or push-ups, or we'd be doing some kind of body conditioning exercise, and it would just hurt and it would just suck. And I remember I would give up. There would be some times I would seriously quit. And looking back on those moments, it was just that was my breaking point. And I was like, if I would have just kept going a little bit more. And I have had those moments where it was excruciatingly painful to continue, and I still kept going. I've had those moments. But if I would have just known, maybe a little bit sooner, if just knowing that if you can tolerate pain, even just for a fraction of a second longer, or just 5 seconds longer, if you can tolerate it, you can overcome it. If you can just handle it and push yourself through it, and just understand that pain is just this temporary thing that may hurt like none other, but in a week you won't have that pain, or in a month you won't even remember what that pain felt like. And we all have to go through those uncomfortable experiences. We all have to, because suffering is just part of the staircase to success. We're going to face a lot of things along the way to being successful, but suffering is just part of it. And if you're okay, if you are okay with going through suffering, going through pain, having to deal with being uncomfortable a lot, then you can be successful. Then you are way above everybody else that always stops when they feel uncomfortable, or they start to hurt, or they start to feel a little pain, and they give up because they don't like being uncomfortable. If you can just handle pain, if you can handle suffering, then you can make it. Because what else is there to stop you? People can make you feel bad, but that's it. People can maybe even hurt you, but that's it. Pain doesn't last forever. And if you are working on yourself and you're pushing yourself constantly, you're not just growing, but you're building toughness at the same time. And if you can continue to do that constantly, then you will be successful. But you just have to keep growing. You have to keep striving. You have to keep pushing. And that's what I am going to continue doing. And that is what I hope you will continue to do as you grow and you achieve more in your life as well. So this has been Chris Beard on day 76 of the 365 days to understand motivation. Peace out.